everyone, and welcome back to another industry report. Today it's an interesting one because you know what, right? This might seem insane, but it turns out that spending millions and millions of dollars on exclusivity contracts to put up barriers to viewers and customers may not always work out well, because Mixer has failed. Microsoft are killing it. They are partnering with Facebook, which is a bit hard, and really there is a massive amount to talk here because this all ties into the Xbox app and PC, your Xbox Series X, Games Pass, xCloud, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, Amazon. Everyone is kind of involved in what is going on in this space of the market. So today we have an absolute, just a shed load of fun analysis to do. So I hope you enjoyed. Of course, if you want to support the channel, that like button seriously does help, as does the sub button. And if you want to support a bit more directly and also get some cool physical loot sent to your mailbox from our Game Studio art team, then Patreon's the place to do that. So cheers, hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get stuck in. Okay, let's get into this spicy situation and the humongous payday, essentially, that Ninja and Shoud have got. So, here is the story. Mixer is being shut down, and it's going down on July 22nd, with Microsoft moving away from their own in-house platform Mixer and going to Facebook Gaming. Yeah, so it's not acquisition or anything like that, it's just a partnership, and I mean, frankly, Facebook Gaming, in my opinion, kinda sucks. I'll get into that in a bit. Now, apparently, this is a deal that came as a surprise to both Mixer employees and streamers on the platform. Now, the Mixer devs who are involved with that, with the streaming tech, they are being brought over to work on Microsoft Teams, which is like their Slack competitor, so I'd say that makes sense for the streaming tech, but other than that, no word for the other staff. Now, for most streamers, this is pretty awful. If they want, though, to move over to Facebook, they'll get a $2.5 grand sign-on bonus, according to Slasher sources. Now, I've got to be real with you. $2.5 grand, I mean, to some up-and-coming streamers, that might seem really, really strong, but I really don't think that I don't think that's a good deal, to be honest with you, considering the platform that you're going on to. Now, in terms of the viewer experience, well, that's it. Mixer's going. If you had Ember or subs, you'll get Xbox credit instead of refunds. And to be honest, like, that's not great, but you know what? They probably didn't have to do that, so I at least appreciate them trying to lessen the blow there. Ultimately, this is a situation where it kind of can't be helped in a way, where really Mixer was just a big failure. And to be honest, it almost seems to me like their internal numbers were maybe worse than what we even thought they were. But yeah, as for the streamers, I'd say, honestly, if you just have a casual following, the chances of them taking the leap over to Facebook with you, man, that's tiny. I think that is a terrible move for streamers to make. And overall here, I think it's just clear that Mixer failed its goals for Microsoft. Phil Spencer, of course, the Xbox head, said to The Verge, "I think that the Mixer community is going to benefit from the broad audience that Facebook has." Which, I mean, to me just sounds like a bit of marketing, stuff. I think, though, it is obviously a tacit admission that Mixer was going nowhere in comparison to Facebook Gaming. And that's kind of funny because Facebook Gaming itself is not particularly large, even though it was actually larger than I thought it was when I looked into it, I'll certainly say that. Now, all of this stuff ties back to Microsoft's broader game plan for the Xbox platform with the likes of xCloud, and that's something we will get into. Now, one thing to be clear here is that this shutdown was not the response to allegations of racism from Mixer management. This is something was reported, I think, 6 hours before Mixer went down, and the story there is that a black employee was supposedly outright told they were a diversity hire in less than nice terms, and one of the highest level staff used a slave-owning analogy to describe their relationship with Mixer's partners. So those things were quite obviously called out, but no, cancelling a platform like this will take months and months and months to get sorted, so obviously it is not those things that led to the cancellation, but it is something that did happen with the management of that company that you should be aware of. Now, moving on, let's talk about xCloud and the bigger vision. So in Phil's interview, he did talk about xCloud, which is Microsoft's big game streaming platform. Now, it seems a lot like this decision was actually driven by their overall vision for streaming and xCloud integration, which now is going to work with Facebook instead of Mixer. For me, Mixer wasn't that great, but it was mostly just because it was inconvenient. I didn't care. With Facebook, though, I'll say this. It's actively bad, and I hate it. Yeah, I don't like Facebook. What a surprise. But I think for a lot of people, they're going to have the same reaction there. Now, you do have to remember, broadly, Microsoft's strategy here is that Xbox is planned to be this huge, high-value platform to people for people to be on, whether it's on their PC or on their Series X. So this grand vision of, 2 billion xCloud users integrated with streaming to Microsoft, that is a very, very important thing, and it's mostly future importance than importance in the right now. So this will be Microsoft sort of setting everything up for their big future plans for what that sort of big integrated platform is actually going to be like. Now, one thing I'll certainly say is that I think obviously having to rely on an external partner is significantly worse than doing an in-house integration, and I think that really just does speak volumes to how Mixer was not doing well for them, that they had to abandon the in-house solution. I mean, look, just imagine this, okay? Imagine your Xbox app and PC or your Xbox Series X pestering you for a Facebook login to stream, right? With the Facebook gaming brand being plastered on your screen. That sounds grotesque to most of us in the office, I'm sure, and I'd say for you guys listening, I think most of you probably don't want the idea of Facebook being on your Xbox platform. And really, they're going to need to work out how to avoid this, right? If they don't want to alienate a whole bunch of people who are rightly distrustful of Facebook as a business. So that really is a rough thing. Now, could that be a brandless integration? Yeah, it could be. But hey, if you open Messenger, if you open WhatsApp, those Facebook acquisitions, well, what do you see? You kind of see the Powered by Facebook thing at the bottom, even for WhatsApp. And it's like, yeah, Facebook aren't going to hide their brand, obviously. Now, that said, what are Facebook? They're a data collection company, so maybe they would be okay with just being a sort of silent integration in terms of the Xbox experience, all that streaming stuff, but really hard to know, and basically it sucks, and Facebook are not really that great of a company. Now, all of that said, this could actually just be a better move, though, on paper, than just sticking with Mixer. Basically, they didn't really have any option for their huge vision of xCloud, right? Because you think about it, who else are you going to partner with? Well, Twitch has got AWS, or, because of Amazon, so there's sort of competition there. YouTube are probably locked down in their Stadia exclusivity agreement with Google, and then Microsoft's own Play failed. So who the hell else could they go to other than Facebook Gaming? I mean, I don't know, could they go to Caffeine? But who uses Caffeine? I mean, that's a streaming platform that you probably haven't even heard of. I don't know, Omegle, that's where they'll go. But yeah, it's interesting that their strategy of just throwing money into the abyss, it's working for Games Pass, right? And xCloud, but it's failing so badly with Mixer, and I think it's very obvious why. They're spending value to give they're spending their money to give customers a really good deal with the likes of xCloud and Games Pass. But with Mixer, what were they doing? Well, they were spending their money to, from a customer's perspective, provide a new barrier, right? You're a Ninja viewer, and you're also viewing other Twitch streamers. Suddenly, Microsoft have just spent a whole bunch of money to give you a barrier to go to the streamer that you like. So it's inorganic growth. It's not real. It pisses off customers, and it just fosters a dislike for the brand of Mixer. I think that's quite obviously what happened there. Okay, let's move on, though, from the biz side of things to talk about, or at least that type of biz stuff, to the situation with Shoud and Ninja, because this makes Microsoft's big acquisition of Ninja and Shoud moot and honestly quite funny. Now, Slasher's sources say that Ninja and Shoud forced Mixer to buy them out of their contracts for around $30 million and $10 million. Now, Facebook actually offered almost double for the existing contracts, but both of them, Ninja and Shoud, actually refused Facebook's offer. And I guess that was an offer of what, 60 million and 20 million? I mean, if those sources are to be believed, which is absolutely bloody insane. Now, this kind of shows that Facebook is a red flag, right? These guys turned down some serious dollar. Like, come on, like double 30 million. Like double the value of the initial Mixer contract. That is absolutely insane. So that those guys would turn down, or, in Ninja's case, turn down 60 mil in order to just go back to Twitch. I mean, that really does just show that Twitch is the place to be. It solidifies Twitch's iron grip on the streaming market, and basically, all the capital in the world is not enough to displace Twitch. That's what it seems to be. So what is? How do you break down almost a decade of community habit formation? I'd say the only place that can do that is YouTube, right? YouTube is the default for video content, and it's got a native live streaming platform. I'm pretty sure that, say, on my World of Warcraft channel, if I did a live stream immediately there, and it went out to the, 530k or 20k, whatever it is, subs of that channel, it would do better than if I just hopped on my Twitch account where people don't really know me. So that's one way that, like YouTube gaming can actually compete. But for the others, I mean, how the hell can they do it, right? So Facebook gaming has obviously got that same hurdle to cross, but the question is, will they be successful? Apparently, And this sounds wild to me, but apparently it's done well, picking up streamers. I know, like, way back in the day, Trade Chat was acquired, and they have apparently, at least they say, seen strong natural growth from existing Facebook users. So, I don't know, I guess that's just the normies wandering onto a video game stream or something like that. So, yeah, it looks like Facebook and its streamers are finding decent success in a market that is basically totally different to Twitch, maybe something that's untapped. Now, if you want some statistics here, Facebook has 8.5% of the streaming market as of the start of this year, compared to YouTube's 28% and Twitch's 61%. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like Facebook Gaming's numbers are all that bad as compared to what Mixer's were, but being tied to the Facebook brand is absolutely grim. And I can say this, the last time I went on Facebook Gaming, I clicked in a stream. Number one, it was galling that I had the really bad Facebook UI be involved in any of this. And then when somebody sent me a Facebook message, well, the little messenger pop-up obscured a part of the stream that I was watching. I mean, who designed that UI? Now, for clarity, I have no idea if that has since been fixed, but certainly a rough situation. I would not touch Facebook Gaming, if I could help it, right? But hey, seems like there's a bunch of normies there. They're all wandering on, and it just is this maybe a distinct market from the more, I don't know, what would you say, the more meme-ish, the more gamerish kind of market of Twitch. And really, I think that's a part of it as well. Twitch is evolving to be a culture. Now, it's a culture that Twitch themselves often don't really seem to like that much, but it certainly is its own culture. And I think that competitors sort of trying to come in and bring that culture to their platform while simultaneously not really liking that culture, that's something that's just not going to play well by so much of the people who, at the end of the day, do drive a lot of Twitch's numbers. So there you go. Fundamentally, right, Microsoft probably decided that Mixer was not really doing that well, that it was a failure, and they had two options. We either just apply the sunk cost fallacy and pump money into it forever, or hop over to Facebook and, hey, for Facebook, right, they need stuff to help their streaming service because it's behind Twitch and YouTube, so it's kind of like the two companies, coming together to try to grow. But yeah, there you go. I'd say this probably doesn't mean anything good, though, to be honest with you. If I was thinking about this from a perspective, trying to put myself in the perspective of a casual Xbox user, or just a regular Xbox user, do I want to be doing any of that streaming stuff with the platform that is owned by the people who have made my console and made Xbox? Would I want that native integration, or would I want one from Facebook? I think for almost everybody, the answer is really clear. It is they'd rather have Microsoft's one than Facebook's one. So I think this one is actually terrible for everyone involved. I'm sure Microsoft are, going into this deal with Facebook begrudgingly, like absolutely. But yeah, there you go. I suppose I'll say this. Did you ever watch anything on Mixer? You probably didn't, considering what happened. And do you know anyone who uses Facebook Gaming? Because apparently 8.3% of the streaming market is Facebook Gaming, and I don't think I've ever seen someone use it. So if you have some experience there that I don't, please let me know. But anyway, that is it for today's video. Of course, there's lots of stuff on the channel. There's a video on Duke Nukem coming out tomorrow. That'll be a fun one. There's the big Last of Us Part 2 review that went up. So a whole bunch of stuff. So of course, like and sub if you want more of that goodness. And just with that, yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.